It's so great to have you in today's edition of Nigeria Gone, episode 2. And the title of our episode today is The End of State Terror. The End of State Terror. We welcome you to join us in this broadcast. We are grateful for all our viewers who turn up faithfully at every point in time to listen to what we have to say and to join us to help and see how we can make connections to improve this country. It is so great to have you here. So we want you to join us today with your comments, with your questions, with your likes. We already see some people viewing from our Facebook channels. We want you to like the program. We want you to follow it. But above all, we need your comments. We need what you think so we may be able to get this matter well settled. Now, the question is, are we coming to the end of state terror in Nigeria? We are all witnesses to the fact that this country has been under state terror from even before the country got its name. Time, they say, changes everything. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner of the house. Nigerians have been, since the 1800s, robbed, raped, killed, pushed, kicked by the British, followed by the Nigerian army, and now Nigerian led Fulani politicians, and then Fulani bandits and terrorists. They are the people who are controlling this country as we speak. Now, what we're wondering now is, has that day come when the owner of the house will become the real owner of the house? Are we in that day? If you followed our last episode, we made it clear that Nigeria is at the brinks. Anybody who cannot see that fact right now is not looking at Nigeria with the hope for its survival. If we want to tell ourselves the truth, we can immediately understand the fact that Nigeria is at its brinks, and at the brinks with our last legs and energy slipping away to fall into the ravine that is waiting to chew us up and vomit chaff at the end of the day, because we have not been worth anything in our life. Now, one of the ways we get to know state failure, national failure, state failure, is when we begin to see non-state actors taking over control of things. I think that every watcher in Nigeria today we know and can state clearly without hesitation that non-state actors are now running a roughshod over this country. We have many people who have termed themselves as bandits, who some authorities have tried to, apologize for by asking us not to call the bandits, but to call them, I don't know what they want us to call them, but these are terrorists. That's what they are. And they have taken over the whole of this country. First, they started in the northeast as Boko Haram, metamorphosed into the north, central, and west as Fulani herdsmen, bandits. And now they have taken over the forests in Nigeria, whether south, north, central. Whichever part of Nigeria are feeling the pinch and the pain of these non-state actors called bandits. So when non-state actors start controlling the peace and stability of a country as we have it in Nigeria today, we know that that country is in a state failure. Many people have argued that Nigeria has not failed. It's not a failed state. But I know that the first time I wrote an article indicating Nigeria being a failed state or working towards the Banana Republic as a failed state is way back as 2008, 2000, during Obasanjo's regime. He took a number of steps and a number of decisions that made it impossible for Nigeria to develop, which made me clearly say this country is slipping into a banana republic, which is a failed state. And I wrote articles to that effect, both in the Nigerian newspapers and the social media. But since that time, nobody has done anything to stem the tide. So what we have in the last 6 years of the Muhammadu Buhari presidency is the total collapse of system collapse. Bandits, terrorists, all non-state actors have taken over the country and they are controlling whether we are going to sleep at night or not. That is evidence of failure. So Nigeria is a failed state. We can stem the tide, we can stop it if we begin to change. Now, I have a video clip I'd like to show you for a few seconds. This video clip is an indicator of the topic of today. Are we at that point where the end of state terror has finished? Because Nigeria has used the military to terrorize ordinary civilians, unarmed people, while our military and our armed forces and police are incapable of dealing with terrorists and bandits all over the country. They found it very sweet and easy to terrorize ordinary Nigerians, hoodwink them, beat them up, extort them, kill them, kick them. As Lagbaja would say, the Lagbaja described Nigerians as 200 million mumu, meaning the estimate that our population is now up to 200. So he believed that we are all mumu and they just kick us, do anything they can to us and we will do nothing. It is not today they started kicking at Nigerians. It started during the colonial era. In the 1800s is the British. In the 1900s to this 20-something, it is now Nigerian army and politicians. And they have been doing all this nonsense all over the people of Nigeria. So we started this series, Nigeria Going, Gone, to highlight the evidences of state failure that we have in our hands, that we need to start addressing today if we want to reverse the untoward condition that is coming, what we are seeing, the full results of the situation we have in Nigeria. And that is the reason we are highlighting this. We are not highlighting this to make a hate speech. We're not highlighting it to point at anybody. We are highlighting it to see if we can reverse what is going on, the situation that Nigeria is now. We are now sliding into a terrible disaster that will lead into a cataclysm of bloodbath and destruction of whatever civilization we have achieved in this country. So I'll show this video now and invite you to share your thoughts by comments, likes, and questions, what you feel about this video. Is this the end of state terror? Before now, it is the police, the army, the military that have been terrorizing Nigerians. Is that period coming to an end? Let's view this video of an incident that took place in Lagos today.
Yes. I come with any choice. Yes. Why do you kick us? Yes. Stop me. Why stop you? Why stop you? Wait. I come with any choice. What do we do? For one way. For one way. What did we do?
Let him fight here. Leave him.
We don't already start our car. On top of waiting. On top of money where you are connected. Leave the car for them.
Enter for where?
Leave the car.
Enter where?
Leave the car.
Enter where? That is wrong. He's supposed to, if he says sorry.
Coming out, we don't
If
know.
he says
We
sorry.
can fetch them. He's just coming out. What did happen? What did happen? We've been here since yesterday. What did happen? I was talking to rubbish again. You want to shoot me?
Nobody's laughing.
Wait! Now, you got that phone. You can lose your job. You can lose your job. You can lose your job.
What happened?
You can lose your job.
That's okay.
What do we do? What do we do?
That's okay.
Because of one way, now you want to kill us.
That's okay.
What did happen?
See your.
What did happen?
They fight now.
You never lose.
You go drive my car. That's okay.
You go drive my car.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Forget all this one. Forget all this one. We have been smoking. Don't worry. Let's go. I said, go for a car. Let's go for a car. Let's go. Back. Did we steal? We got the two wants to go. What do we do?
Okay, that's my question. Is this the end of state terror? Think about it. Do you have comments? Do you have thoughts about this? What happened in this place? I followed many social media commentaries on this today on Twitter and on WhatsApp. And then I read a statement issued by the Lagos State Police Command where he praised the restraint shown by his officers in the face of this provocation by these young people. Now, something needs to be noted. It is clearly indicated that the young man was driving against traffic. So that needs to be stated. That's an offense. He should not do that. He was driving against traffic. But these policemen were rapid response squad officers. They are not traffic policemen. They are rapid response squad officers, which according to the release from the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, they were dropping off their men at their different locations. And then they saw this young man driving against traffic. That is according to the report of the police. Then they abandoned their original calling for that hour and day, and then stopped these people, and this brawling took place. Now, I must join all others to commend the restraint that is shown by these officers, because it is not easy to hold your firearms and then a civilian will embarrass you to this level. It has not happened in Nigeria before, not to talk of when the civilian has even an evidence of offense. Nigeria police, according from the SARS period, Nigerian army, they have killed Nigerians for doing nothing as serious as this one. If you remember during the Operation Egweke Python dance carried out to the whole of the Southeast, the Nigerian military will collect Nigerians from the Southeast who did nothing just because they were traveling on the road at the time. There's no single offense that they recorded against them. They will ask all of them to come down from their vehicle and jump into the muddy waters in the bad roads in the middle of the highways of Nigeria in the Southeast, which the government is not building. They will be asked to roll inside those ponds of water and drink it and turn there and stay there for hours for no just cause. You know, like Lagbaja would say, subsidy them, kick them, beat them, kill them, they will do nothing. Instead, they will shout, praise the Lord. So, for doing nothing, Nigerians were made to roll in the mud. with the mud covering all their clothes, regardless of how nice or which party they are attending, whatever they are going to, whatever business they are doing, so long as they were found on the Nigerian road in the southeast doing Operation Python dance, they were brought out, beaten up, and rolled in the mud. And no offense was registered against them. None of them were taken to court for breaking any Nigerian law, but they were just treated like that. So for these officers who met someone who is breaking a particular law, even though that law is not the one their main concern at this time, but we are embarrassed to that level by these youngsters, and they did not shoot them. I want to commend those officers for their restraint. They should never feel anything about embarrassment given to them today, because if they had shot and killed any of these boys, whether or not the law caught up with them for killing them unjustly or not, they will carry that to their graves. And they will rob themselves of peace and tranquility. But so be that as it may, I want to commend those officers. However, a number of critical questions need to be answered. And that question is, and you can help me to answer it, and if you feel uncomfortable with my position in the thing, state it. I want your criticism, see what is going on, because actually what I'm looking for is a discussion that can help us change this country, help us save this country, because it's going, this country is going. It's only waiting for the last gun, and that mantle will come down on the table, and that's the end of it. That's what is waiting. So my own is, what is the rapid response squad officers doing with a traffic offender? What happens to using cameras if they notice that this is offending, using camera to collect the evidence with which they can use and bring this man to book in a civilized manner? Is it because we do not want to agree that Nigeria is a civilized country? Okay, so is it not time we stop our crude way of policing? The crude way of policing is pursuing every vehicle, trying to catch them. That's a crude way of policing. That is a wrong way to police. You cannot police like that, and the people will call you human beings. And we have a lot of pictures of crude policing in this country, where police charge at vehicles, jump on top of them, climb bonnets, enter people's vehicle without invitation, and then force people out of their vehicles, extort them, and harass the daylight out of them, carrying gun, pointing gun at people at checkpoints, and so on and so forth. These are all crude policing. We need to get out of that level of policing. Because if we use civilized form of policing, we will not be having those young men create the scene they created there today. Now, the new Inspector General of Police, as I found on social media today, WhatsApp to be specific, has announced a 12-point agenda. I don't know if he really did that or somebody is thinking that's what he should do. But he has announced very great, laudable 12-point agenda. Very laudable. But I feel that 12 points is too much. And it appears to me as if it means that he's unwilling to do anything. There's a Nigerian comedian that recently made a post, sent out a video on social media and said, why is it that any government that comes, we make a national budget of trillions of naira every year, and listing out hundreds of thousands of things they will do, and they will not do a single one of those things. And he said he wants people to begin a one-point agenda. If you're elected for that 4 years, do nothing except one thing. And he now said, if the Buhari administration had told Nigerians that, well, in our first 4 years, we will bring you electricity, and they did nothing in their first 4 years but bring electricity, Nigerians will want to vote for them for 10 tenors. Nigerians, they say, will move a vote in the whole country. In fact, there will be a referendum asking that this man should continue in office using one-point agenda every 4 years. Let's say next year, one-point agenda, build roads, and they build roads on the lower parts of Nigeria. You know, and next year, one-point agenda, build hospitals. You build hospitals that our president can go to. instead of running down to London every time to attend the hospital. And I don't know how he was able to stay without attending any hospital throughout the whole of 1 year of COVID. I mean, he was able to stay without going. Before then, he goes there every week. And now for 1 year plus, he didn't go again. Until now, he decided to take a little break according to him. You know? So let's think about one-point agenda for Nigeria police. And my recommendation for this Inspector General of Police is to look at the welfare package of the Nigerian policemen. The Nigerian policemen, and I am not talking as an outsider, I'm talking as someone who is connected with the police force. I'm not a policeman, I've not served as a policeman before, but I have served where I shared offices with policemen, where I shared barracks with policemen, and I have lived with policemen. I am married to a policewoman, and I have many relations who are policemen, both retired and serving. And I have very many friends who served as DPOs and area commanders, and those who served as commissioners. I have them. I work with them. And I talk with these people from time to time. And even a commissioner of police do not have resources to run the command. If the state governor and the criminal does not bring money to him, he has no money to run the command. This is the fact. A DPO has no money to run his division unless he collects bribe or the local government chairman gives him money or criminals provide money to him. That is how they run these things. So it is good he added in the 12-point agenda, providing funding for operations of police divisions. I hope this happens. If it happens, it will be Eldorado. To me, that is not even a wonder. It should be encapsulated in police welfare. Because the fact why Nigeria police can work is that they have no resources to do their work except the gun. And the gun is not the best material for policing. If you want to talk policing in a civilized society, you talk about using your intellectual capacity, not your gun. The gun is last resort. The gun is self-defense, where you are defending another person who is being attacked. But the gun now, because the police have nothing else to do their work, they use the gun against the people. Nigerian army, the same thing, they use the gun against the people. This is government by intimidation. That's not how to rule a people. That's not how to govern. So I'm thinking about a one-point agenda for Inspector General of Police, Baba. He should just simply go and see that police has accommodation, police get leave grants, police gets accommodation, their housing subsidy if they do not have barrack accommodation, that they have promotions and that they don't have to buy their promotion, but they get them as and when due, and they get financial rewards for their promotions, get financial reward for gallantry, have insurance that works, have welfare for their families should the policeman lose his life in service. What do we see when a policeman dies in service? Within a few months, his family is driven out of the barracks. Nobody will ask where are they going to settle with. So let's him just simply focus on police welfare. And then he is going to have more men than the one we have there today who will not succumb to provocation and use their arms illegally. Now, this is in the passing. The question today is this the end of state terror? Did you notice that these boys were not worried about being shot and killed? And these two young people, they do not look poor. They look very rich. Look at how rich their body shows that they are able to find their way in this country. Economically, they are okay. You can see it on their face that these are economically okay people. They are not those who are already about to die, who is looking for who to kill them. Now, if such men will bring such effrontery before armed police, is this the end of state terror? Now, I do not want the police to begin to answer this question by, going to start shooting any man they see on the street. Okay, you people are questioning whether we have power now or not. No, that's not what I'm asking for. What I'm asking for is, even if you begin to shoot everybody you see, you are going to get tired shooting. That time is coming. Because they are just saying that if you push somebody to the wall, the man has nothing again to do except to do two things: fight and hope to live, and fight to die gallantly. Nigerians have been pushed to the wall. The kind of things the Nigerian military and police do to Nigerians, we have put them on the wall, nested them on the wall, pushed them hard with their head hitting the wall with our hands on their neck, pressing them down on the wall. These people are going to come for your testicles. They are going to tear it. They are going to kick it with their knee. They are going to use dagger and tear it and then kill you in the process, because you give them no option for life. So if they cannot be alive, why don't they die gallantly fighting? Nigerians are pushed to the wall. So this is probably the end of terror, and it is a good cause if the state terror should end. State terror should be directed against terrorists and bandits that are making it difficult for our people to farm, that are raping women, kidnapping, collecting ransom, kidnapping school children in hundreds. These terror state terror should be directed against Boko Haram, who are armed against the government. It is not against agitators for referendum like IPOB, who is not armed. It's not supposed to be directed against Southeasterners who did nothing except being on the road and they are pushed and placed in the mud. It is not to be directed against, common villagers who are crying about oil spill in their village and asking you people to behave well, and then you carry them and start killing them. State terror is not supposed to be directed to those people. What you direct to these people is governance and rule of law. Take governance and rule of law to the people, you control them to any level that you want. Do a one-point agenda, provide power to Nigerians, and they will hail you for the rest of your life. Take another one-point agenda for another 4 years and ensure that there's a proper medical system and process and hospitals, equipment and materials, indigenous scientists and doctors and engineers and everything working together to give us the kind of hospitals we need. Let it be the only thing you do in 4 years. Nigerians will be good. Provide welfare for the Nigeria police. Equip them properly. It is not about guns and bullets. They need more intellectual power. They need more hope for their families should they die in service. They need more hope to recover should they be shot by criminals. They need more hope that their services, their labors are not in vain, that their children will be taken care of should they die in the process or be incapacitated. That's what they need to sacrifice their life for the country, not guns. Not guns. Even if you like, flood the whole place with guns. Right now, Abdul Salami said that, General Abdul Salami said that there's over 80 million illegal arms floating in Nigeria. 80 million. If 1/4 of this should turn against the Nigerian army will become paper. It will become paper army. So we need to be careful. Nigerian army will become paper army if this 80 million firearm that Abdul Salami said should be turned against Nigerian army. So these are the things you should check. I think we should clearly bring to an end state terror against Nigerians and direct that terror against terrorists and bandits and criminals, and not those who agitate for referendum for separation from Nigeria, because Nigeria is not sacrosanct. There's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria. Nigeria was patched up together. It can also be unpacked for the safety and security and orderly development of the people and Africa in general. So Nigeria can be unpacked. It was packed together. It can be unpacked. There's nothing about Nigeria that is sacrosanct. I do not believe in that, in anybody who says that. Nigeria is a good thing. It is great to be in Nigeria. It's a huge country. All resources are here. We can do a lot of good with it. But it is not sacrosanct. So anybody who peacefully agitates for a referendum for self-determination has not committed any offense against any law in this country. But the state terror should be directed to terrorists and bandits that are marauding the whole of the forests of Nigeria and the whole of northern Nigeria, kidnapping school children, taking some Nigerian territories in Maiduguri and Borno State and Adamawa State and other areas, colluding and working with the bandits to take over the whole of Nigeria. We had those revelations from Dr. Obadiah Malafia the last time that Boko Haram and the bandits are the same, and they have moved south so that they can take over the whole country and they start a civil war in 2022. That is the people we should be facing with gun, not ordinary civilians. So one more time, I want to congratulate those police officers who acted in restraint against these boys who were on the road today, who committed an offense, but then instead of being sober about the offense, turned aggressive to the police. I am so happy that we can have those policemen. I am calling on the Inspector General of Police to find those men and give them promotion and give them awards, because they are the real image of police that we want to see. This is our discussion today, episode 2 of Nigeria Going, Gone. Remember the objective. The objective is to see if we can stop the slide to infamy which Nigeria is entering and save it from collapsing. That is the intention. The intention is not to divide Nigeria. And before we can achieve this kind of thing, we need to tell each other the truth. That is why I'm saying the truth the way I know it, and verbatim, without holds barred. So in the coming days, we will be bringing up issues like this that can help us stem the tide so that we do not lose this great country. And as we work on this, one more time, kudos to those police officers in Lagos today. I adore them with every fiber of my being. And I recommend them for awards and promotions to the Inspector General of Police, because they have done what no policeman have done in Nigeria. And if we begin to police in a civilized form, we will not have those kind of scuffles with civilians. Thank you very much for being with us today. If this is their first time of being on our Facebook page, the African Town Hall, we invite you to like it and follow it and to comment on this broadcast. If this is also your first time of being on our YouTube channel, the African Town Hall, we invite you to like, comment, share, and then subscribe to this channel. And when you do, please remember to hit the notification bell so that when next we post a video or we come on live online, you will be notified. Do have a great week this week. Thank you.